know, I feel like I need to give y'all a little bit of spiritual perspective. And it's as much as I come up with looking through life. I see, I'm pretty, to be honest, I'm pretty mad and upset. Mad, mostly, pretty angered. I've been alive for 32 years. I think I've been through a lot, experienced a lot. God's brought me through a lot. And every time I think I have an excuse to do something, I have an excuse for something, or I have an excuse for a reason, or why I can't get nowhere, I find myself, I look around in life and I see that other people have overcome the same problem. And I say to myself, that's just an excuse that I got to get over it. I can't use that excuse because somebody's already overcome that problem and they were fine, and it's just an excuse for why I can't get past this problem. And it's true for every problem I've had. God shows you every problem that you'll ever have in your life. He shows you an example of somebody overcoming that same problem. Thousands of examples. You look around, it doesn't even have to be. The problem is we disregard anything that's not our own skin color. Fact of the matter is, and we've been warned about doing that. We stop being racist about that. Because technically speaking, God is going to show us no matter what the race. God don't see race. Y'all talk about colorblind is doesn't work. Well, unfortunately for you, it works for God. So unless you go, you tell God that color blindness don't work. God don't see color. He sees mankind. Y'all over here wanting to defend the wicked. Okay, y'all jump to the defense of the wicked. Y'all be careful doing that. That's sinful. If they did something wrong and it ended with their life, I feel bad for them. I mean, nobody needs to lose their life over a stupid decision. But the fact of the matter is, the moment he decided to sin and rob the store was the moment he decided to die. Okay, his death didn't start with that cop shooting him. Nope, it started way before then. His demise started the moment he decided to rob the store. Okay, if the guy was like totally innocent, like he was just walking down the street one day and somebody just came up there and somebody first just came up there and shot him for no particular reason, then I would say, yeah, that's racist. Maybe. After a few incidents, maybe he's just a murderer and likes killing people at random. Doesn't make it. I mean, let's look at all those other victims that he shot. Is it all black? Is it random? I mean, these are questions you have to ask yourself before you jump to the race card. We're quick to run that card. It's the first card we go to. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Every time something happened, oh, the wolf is coming, the wolf is coming. Till nobody stopped believing him. And then nobody came because he called for a wolf. I think that's what's going on here. We've been calling wolf so many times and been wrong that nobody wants to believe us, and now we want to throw a tantrum. We thinking something on a spiritual level. What the Bible say? Y'all so-called believers of God. Let me see, what did the Bible say? The Bible says, do everything that the angels of wrath tell you to do, for they do not draw the sword for no reason. God put these guys in blue there for a reason. Now, however, your opinion is of them, if you hate them or not, that's not important. But God appointed them. Your job isn't to resist the rest. Your job isn't to argue a point. It's to do whatever they tell you to do, and you'll probably come out of it alive. No, I'm not saying they should jump to fatal shooting people. No, but the fact of the matter is, that's not for us to decide. Not for the people decide how the cop should do his job. It's what you do that makes the bit of difference on whether life or death. Whether he draws a sword or whether he doesn't. Some soldiers draw the sword too soon, but technically speaking, for the most part, they do not draw their sword. Unless they have to. Now I'm using medieval weapons. We know cops don't use swords anymore. At least not anymore. But guns, tasers, pepper spray, all kinds of weapons. It's their choice of choosing which weapon they want to use. You don't get to decide which weapon they should have chosen. We ain't special. Even though we may think we are. But you know that nobody should die. But that we all will die. But we're not all dying because of white folks. And cops are not all killing black folks. It's a deception. But there's not a denial that the epidemic isn't the white on black crime. It's the black on black crime. Black on white crime too. We don't want to admit or take responsibility for a portion of our population that is doing crime. We want to excuse that and just call everything that targets that racism. But the fact of the matter is, it's not racism, it's a fact. Okay? Facts aren't racist. Truths aren't racist. Fact of the matter is, facts are not racist. Okay? It's only racist if it's a lie. Okay? Call me a goon, Uncle Don, but that matter is, by the end of the day, we got a meeker to meet. And the matter is, and that's the bottom line. We spend so much time looking behind us that by the time we look forward, we're going to end up in hell. And we know why we got there. We spend so much time looking in our rear view mirror until one day when we finally get on that road and we finally get on that road. When we finally put our eyes back on the road, we got in an accident. And that's what we are doing today. We got ourselves looking too far in the back. We worried about slavery that ended 150 years ago. 150 years ago, we still worried about that. You don't need to worry about that. You can't change slavery. You can't undo it. You can't do nothing about it. You can't change Jim Crow laws either. You can't do nothing about it. But you see what's happening when we're looking behind us. We started to bring the behind us to our present. Now I got black people asking for segregation. The very same Jim Crow law we complain about. We're asking for it because we're so busy looking behind us. We in chains in our minds because we so busy worried about blaming everybody else for our problems. But when our problems were already given, the solution to our problems was already given to us by God. The solution to our problems has already been given to us. But we refuse to be so busy distracted by everything else in life. The little small things annoy us. We in our feelings as if that's important. More important than losing our logic, more important than listening to God, more important than hearing God's voice and obeying it. Your feelings will get you in more trouble than you know if you're not willing to listen and be quiet. It's been more time trying to shut other people up that tell you the truth than listening to the truth. You want hand-me-outs. You want somebody to give you stuff. Give me reparations. They gonna give you Let me tell you what's gonna happen when they give you reparations. You're just gonna waste it. You're gonna get whatever amount of money that you don't think you is whatever amount is necessary. We don't even know what the amount is. You get it in your hands. You're going to waste it because you don't never know how to use it. Probably you never had that in your hand before. It's like when you get the Bible says when you get rich quick, you quickly lose it because it's like putting our hand in a pocket full of holes. And the moment you pour money in it, it just goes right out as soon as you put it in. Like the many people don't need reparations. They need to forgive each other. Stop bringing up crap that you weren't a participant in. Like slavery. You're not 150 years old. You're not over 200 years old. You ain't never experienced slavery. Your ancestors did. And all they wanted was freedom. They didn't ask for no daggone money. When they left the plantation, they asked for no daggone money. They could have. But they were glad they got free. That they could build their life. He said, oh, this stuff happened because we were slaves 200 years ago. Please, no, it wasn't. People, not statistically speaking, it wasn't the case. That's another excuse. But let's go back to the Bible at hand here. The Israelites are the best example because I always compare us to the Israelites all the time. God sent us a Moses. First, he freed us. Then he sent us a Moses to help us get what we needed to thrive for the most part. Then he gave us the promised land. He got us the rights that we need to survive in this promised land. And then, what do? We don't use it. We struggle, yeah. We went through trials, yeah. Of racism, yeah. Prejudice, yeah. Discrimination, yes. Affirmative action came in and gave us the jobs we needed. It was a boost, but it shouldn't have been used so long term. But nonetheless, it gave us what we needed. But the thing is, devil's in the details. Lyndon B. Johnson pretty much set us up. He said, I'm going to have these people voting for Democrats for 200 years. Why? There's a reason. Let me go back to my life. I'm going to flip back and forth. I'm going to flip back and forth. There's a reason why I don't do government handouts. Besides not qualifying for most of them. It's crazy. I'm in the patch where between I make too much and not enough. Yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe you don't stay poor for very long. I mean, there's too many of us that go from poor to upper class, or poor to middle class, and some of us are not poor enough for benefits, but not rich enough to pretty much survive on our own. It's crazy. So the hard work and dedication and me. I wouldn't say problems. I had run-ins with the cops and I'm still standing here. Still standing here. I had run-ins with the cops several times. Still standing here. They didn't shoot me. So what went wrong if they going around shooting black people? Yeah, like you say they doing. They starting to shoot so many black people, but I'm still standing here. I ran around in with the cops. Must have been really lucky. Or maybe it's because I didn't act like a fool. I didn't get nervous, didn't get scared, or my life allegedly. Get scared. What is reaching for something because you're scared going to do what get you shot? Okay, the best thing you to do is stay there and not do anything until they tell you to, and do exactly what they tell you to do. But that's a point of a different discussion. Let me cut this short. We brought it concluded here because I needed. It was a story I was going with. It. Oh yeah, the Israelites. Why did you think it took the Israelites 40 years when it should have took them maybe a month? Not even that to get to the promised land. It's because they kept complaining. Mainly because they kept complaining. 99% of the time, it was because they kept freaking complaining, and we have the same problem. We're not prospering like we're supposed to because we keep complaining instead of relying on God. God gave us resources. God said, I'm going to take care of you if you trust in me. But instead of trusting in Him, we are trusting in our feelings. And that's why we are taking so long to prosper. We could have been prospering. We could have been prospering either despite Jim Crow. But even after Jim Crow, we could have been prospering. But we kept complaining about past things that can't be changed. You can't change slavery. They didn't start it. You gotta look forward. You have a judgment day to look forward to. That is what you should be focusing on. Like, not on dumb stuff. Not on Robert E. Lee, been dead. Okay, not on Washington. Not on Thomas Jefferson. Not on being most predominant benders in the world. None of that freaking matters. Not having your own private history month. None of that matters. What matters, what you do with your life. That's what matters. To round this up at in this video, I like to say adios. Please like and subscribe.